So, Bob, let me tell you a story. So I'm in Winnipeg, the weekend that the United States wins the gold medal in Lake Placid. I'm doing the Maple Leafs games actually, and Steve has been asked to work for a company called USA Network, I believe it was at the time, which was the NHL rights holder, and it was the Sunday night. So the Americans had won the gold medal game, and the hockey purists were championing this great event that hockey's finally made it. They beat the Russians. America's going to find out about hockey. And two events happened that Sunday night in Vancouver of a hockey game. I think Philadelphia was in Vancouver that night, Steve. And correct me if I'm wrong, there was 435 minutes of penalties.
Yes.
Right on the heels of the greatest
on record.
Longest game. And then on your way home, Steve, do you remember what happened on the way home?
Are you referring to the stabbing?
You got mugged. Yeah.
No, that happened 2 or 3 days prior to that game.
Oh.
I actually got permission from the doctor to do that game with the stab wound.
Well, what the hell happened? What were you doing?
I played injured. I had an underground parking spot. I went to get into my car, and there was a gentleman leaving my car. And I stopped him and I said, "Were you in my car?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "What did you take?" He said, "A package of cigarettes." I said, "Great. I quit smoking a couple of months ago." But I said, "Don't move. I'm going to call the superintendent and he's going to call the cops." He walked about 5 feet in front of me and whipped out a knife. It was a switchblade. I tried to remember every James Bond movie I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And he kept coming at me with the knife and I kept moving. I took off my coat and I wrapped it around my hand, hopefully to deflect any shot that he may take with the blade. I didn't realize it, but I was stabbed. He started to run and I started to run after him. I ran out of breath and I was in pretty good shape. And I reached inside my jacket, pulled out my hand, and it was covered with blood. He had stabbed me just below the heart. I went to St. Paul's Hospital and the doctor said another 1/4 of an inch and I'd have been doing this on the slab. He said, whoever stabbed you knew how to do it. He went through the rib. If you're going to stab somebody in the heart, you don't go straight at the heart. You go up through the rib and in. But I recovered, but I still had that hockey game to do.
Wow.
2 days later.
The perils of the profession, huh?
It made the front page of the Vancouver Sun.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I can well imagine.